Well, hello, and welcome to 7 Days to Die Sorcery Mod. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how I get started and how to speedrun your first couple of days to get a very fast start into Sorcery in Alpha 21. So I have just done the beginning opening scene. I still need to gather my essence, so let's do that first. So I'm going to go after the bushes as quickly as possible. This is obviously the best way to get those essence. So just run around hitting your bushes of each element and getting your essence that you need to complete the quest. First thing that pops up is going to the trader, Arcane Trader. So I'm going to run as quickly as I can. I'm going to avoid all zombies and get straight to the trader. Now when you get to the Arcane Trader, you'll notice that you get this little ring around you. That is designated as a safe zone in the very beginning only for the first couple of levels. And take advantage of being able to double loot the sorcerer here, the arcane sorcerer. You're going to get some decent stuff, not game breaking, anything like that, but definitely a good start. Next, I'm going to go back into the basement and raid the basement. Now, you always get one free bush in here, so I'm going to take that. And a little bit of something random in here. All right. Now I'm going to go start the quest. I'm going to start the quest here, and you can see the zombies can't hurt you. They get knocked down by that aura. So just ignore them for now. Go back in and do your double looting. Alright, so in this double run, I got another magazine, another piece of armor. That's awesome. Explosive magazine, and scrapping. Alright, now I'm going to go actually complete the quest. You can also look for immortal bushes in here. Sometimes there are immortal bushes. But for now, I'm going to take this one. It switched from ice to fire, so now I have one of each. Alright, and then here is Alton's chest right here. Alright. So we'll go ahead and wear the armor. You also get a skill point. So we're definitely going to use that. Alright, now we're going to go turn in the quest. Alright. Now, you're safe from being hit by the zombies, but not from being shot by the Fallen. So don't let him shoot you. Alright, so we're going to turn in the quest. And I'm going to have her train me in Arcane. First. Alright, if I can keep her knocked down, she'll be fine here. Let's get her all the way in so she doesn't try to shoot like that. There we go. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to start with Ice. Ice has one of the best beginning abilities because it slows down your enemies as you hit them. And the spells are pretty effective. So we're going to start off with that. And that. Alright. Now we're going to find a quick place to live away from these guys, but somewhere nearby. Alright, just by running around and looking for a place to live really quick, I have completed killing 10 zombies with the sorcery staff weapon, and that actually gave me another skill point. And right now I'm either going to go, I think I'm going to go on top of Crack-a-Books here. Alright, so I'm going to clear the roof. Alright, now that the roof is clear, I'm going to go ahead and lay down my sorcerer desk. And then I'm going to make just a couple of regular boxes to dump some stuff into. Okay, now that I've dumped off my loot, I'm going to spend the first couple of points. Always go into your element that you picked, so I picked ice in this case. I'm going to pick the ice spellcaster. This way I can have the movement speed increase. I'm also going to pick the ice staff so I can have the secondary charge, Ice Nova. And you have to pick ice spell so that you can continue your quest chain. And then you should have 1 to 2 more points, and this is totally up to your own playstyle, how you want to do this. But I do like to go into healing factor so that I can get a little bit of healing going on. And also spirit or essence. I'm going to go ahead and gather essence this time. so that I increase how much essence that I get. And now we're going to go out and go hunting. What we're going to do is we have to get stone, nitrate powder, clay soil in order to get the spell forge. So that's the first thing that we have to do. So I'm going to look on the map here. I have some nitrate right here. That'll get me stone and the nitrate that I need. And then we can just hit around that and get clay. But since I put a point in my spell cast, now I can run faster with the spell cast. That's why I always put a point into that first. Alright, so we're at our first nitrate node. So I'm going to go ahead and gather 100 nitrate. Alright, I have gathered enough of the resources. Now I'm going to go back to the base and make my ice spell forge. And now I'm going to make my ice spell forge. And now that I have the ice spell forge, I will just place it. I know I will get another skill point. And continue on. Alright, so we have to craft some ice spells. So to do this, we're going to use half of this essence here, smelt this down. And the reason we spent the point earlier on ice is so that we could do this here. But what we're going to do is we're going to go gather more ice essence, and we're going to use that potion when we get close to a source. Okay, so before we start hitting on all these bushes, I'm going to go ahead and drink this ice essence potion. Definitely recommend using those up as you go, if you ever find them, right before you start gathering the essence. And you'll see a little bit of a boost. Get ice from the bushes, you get ice from the ice trees. And then, of course, the ice fallen as well. There's also the ice wisps, if you see those guys flying around. And, of course, the ice crystals. With the ice crystals, you run the risk of summoning a champion, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But it is an extra challenge that you may not want to deal with. But I'm going to try it anyway just because I have the potion going and getting a nice little bonus. So if a champion shows up, I'm just going to run. No big deal. It's early game. Alright, there's the first crystal broken. I still have a little bit of time left and no champion there, so I'm going to gather some more essence. So my ice potion is almost up, so I'm going to get these last couple of bushes and then I'm going to go back to the base. Alright, now that I've made it back, I'm going to put 2 full stacks in here now and some more wood and let that smelt down and make more ice spells until I get the 100 that I need for the quest. Now hunger is a real issue in Alpha 21, so I've been harvesting eggs as I went, so I'm going to eat some of these eggs now. Alright, when we gather 100, now we will have 2 ice skill elixirs to drink, so we're going to drink both of these. Alright, and once we max out or get any other element to level 20, then we can go learn that from the trader as well. But for now, we're going to focus on ice, and we're going to speed this up to level 20 and get this up to level 40 as quickly as possible. A couple different ways that we're going to do that is always using scrolls, and of course by going out and killing zombies using the sorcery weapons. So we're going to mix playstyles a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of vanilla stuff and also some of the sorcery quests as well. So let's take a look at what we have for sorcery. Crafting ice familiar, aspect of ice rune, comet spells, making 100 ice powder, which actually is really easy. So we're going to do that one first and get another skill point. You do have to have the mortar and pestle in your hand. Simply click your ice powder or your ice essence and turn it into 100 of the powder. Very easy to do, and we'll get a skill point just for completing that. We'll look at other quests. We have the ice armor sets. We have to collect all the ice armor pieces. We have to craft an ice spell arrow and then make 100 to get a skill point. So we'll do that in a little bit as well after we get enough feathers. A spell turret. That's going to take a little bit because we're going to need forged iron and spring. So after we get a wrench, we'll work on that one. We can also do the Ice Storm spell, and then the Ice Trap spell just by spending some points to get those done. We also have some alchemy quests that we can do. Actually rather easy. We're going to do... It's this potions one here. So we're going to gather 50 arcane powder. Again, we can... I just completed that. Excellent. Using the enchanted mortar, we're actually going to grab element that we're not using. We're going to go ahead and grab lightning. Click recipes, and we're going to turn all of that into arcane powder since we're not using the lightning right now. And arcane powder is used to make a lot of the potions. We'll go ahead and read this skill point. And then once we get to 50 here and we have our potion bottles, we can start making some different types of potions. So we need to make a health, a spirit, a stamina, and a travel potion. Okay? And you see that I'm thirsty, but we'll fix that up in a little bit. Alright, so we're going to take some feathers. We're going to take some brass, and we need to go gather some other resources. But first thing we can do is we can create a spirit potion with the brass. So we'll do that. For the health potion and stamina potion, we are going to need some flowers. So we're going to go get those. And to take care of the thirst for the first time, I'm going to go ahead and drink this potion right here, the holy water. And then we will collect chrysanthemum, cotton plant just while we're at it, just because we'll need it later, and goldenrod. We do also need 10 feathers, so we're going to get as many bird's nests as we can as well. Alright, now that we have enough feathers, we're going to put the mortar and pestle in our hand. We're going to go ahead and make the travel potion. And at least one health potion. And that leaves us with the stamina, and we just need a couple more goldenrod flowers. Alright, we just got our last two. Again, we have to hold that. And we'll make the stamina potion. Alright, and now that quest chain is complete. We're going to hold on to that down there. We're going to read that. Now we have a few more skill points as well. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go back to the base. Very nice. Improved food crafting. That'll be handy. I can make grilled corn and a baked potato. Now, one way to speed up how fast you gain your experience in both sorcery and your main element is if you use your staff, you'll see how much experience you get. You get 1 in your main element, and then a half a point in sorcery. And that's just base with nothing else going on. Now, if you use your spellcaster to cast a spell, you get 2 points in your main and 1 in sorcery. So you can see it's twice as fast if you use spells. So it is worth actually making spells and spamming them to kill zombies in order to increase how fast you're gaining skill points. Okay. Now I'm going to add an ice scroll to it for the ammo. And you'll see how that affects you. You also get a skill point for every scroll that you read as well. Now I'm getting 1.1 per hit. So it's just a little bit more. It's not much, but it is more. And then here is another source of essence if you can catch these guys. It's a challenge sometimes. There we go. Got that. Alright, now I'm going to show you another way to get water. Whenever you find these things right here, you definitely want to smash these things up. You can use a wrench, or you can use your staff. And we're going to make holy water potions out of that. Alright, here we are back at the base. Now I have potion bottles, and I still have some arcane powder. So I'm going to put the mortar and pedestal back in my hand. I'm going to click on the snowball and get the recipes. And we're actually going to make a few arcane, or actually holy water potions. So this will take care of our thirst. Now we just have to worry about getting food. And I'm going to go ahead and make more arcane powder out of fire this time. So I can make a couple of more potions here. So it's definitely worth harvesting some of the other elements early in game so you can turn it into arcane powder, so you don't have to use your main essence that you're going to have for everything else. Alright, that is complete, so we're going to go back to making more holy waters. We're going to make 3 more. We'll call that good for now, and we'll go ahead and put away the snowballs, and when we get a chance to get more arcane powder, we'll make more. In the meantime, I'm going to keep this full, and I'm going to start spending some skill points in ice. I'm going to go ahead and put the Comet spell next, and make as many of those as I can. Almost make 100. By the time this melts down a little bit, I'll be able to make the 100. But in the meantime, I'm going to go downstairs, and I'm going to raid this bookstore, because it's here, and you cannot turn that down. Now, while they all pile up by that door, gives me easy pickings here with the spell. And I've now killed 10 with spellcast, so that is another skill point. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go back here. We're going to check on our spells here. And we're going to make a few more. And then we'll get a skill point for completing 100 of these. There we go. Okay, we're going to put away stuff, and then we'll get back to hunting Fallen. With the next set of skill points that we got, we're going to go ahead and put in Ice Storms so we can make 100 Ice Storms. We're going to go ahead and do Ice Wands so that we can create an Ice Wand as well at the sorcery desk. We're going to make as many of these as we can. And I do hear another Fallen, so we're going to go down and take care of that. And very nice, it is an ice one, which is actually going to be more beneficial for us. Potentially. Alright, that was actually pretty good loot right there. Very helpful. And we're going to put the rest of this in here to smelt down, and then half of this. It does take a lot of essence in order to make the spells, and that's okay. Looking at the open quests that we have, I'm still working on the Ice Storm spell. I need to gather, well, it says 10, but we'll gather the 41, and now it'll say gather 100. And we'll get a skill more. So we're gonna keep working on doing that. Alright, since we're not going out hunting right now, and we're hungry, we're going to go ahead and drink the Devour Potion. There is a disadvantage to doing this, however, if you're not in a POI, I think it's pretty handy. For 10 seconds, my hunger is going to go up, but my overall health goes down, and that lasts for 5 minutes, so got up to 55, that's not too bad. And I'm going to go ahead and drink a holy water as well. And the more points that you have in alchemy, the longer those potions last. Although it's not retroactive. If I give myself this right now, it won't go back and fix the others, unfortunately. Another quest that we can do easily enough is the Arcane Storage. We just have to gather wood and paper and Omni Extract. So in order to do that, we're going to grab our wood, which we have. We're going to grab the paper. Now there's a couple different ways to get Omni Extract. I do not, actually I do. We're going to gather the lightning, the fire, and the ice essence. We're going to use the mortar and pedestal again. And we're going to turn this into, we're going to do 100 first, and another 100. Alright, we made 100 Omni Extract, which means we can make at least one writable chest, Arcane writable chest, and that's what we're going to do. Alright, so we made our first chest. We're going to go ahead and put this down. We're going to put it right here. And that gives us another skill point. At this point, we have 6 skill points. We're going to go ahead and put one in alchemy, so the potions do last longer. We're going to put one in scrolls, so they last longer. Spell traps, so that it takes less material. And we're actually going to go into ice, and we're going to put a point into ice traps. Okay. And we're going to hold on to the last 2 for now. Alright, we do need to go out and go get more essence, because we're not going to quite have enough in here to make all of the spells that we need. So we're going to go get more ice. Alright, it is now morning time on day 2. Hasn't quite been 24 hours since we've started. We'll see where we're at in 24 hours, or after 24 hours. Alright, with that one crystal, I believe we have enough to make everything that we need for now. I find myself eating a lot of eggs early game. Alright, we're going to smelt down all of this that we just got. And while that's doing that, we're going to go ahead and sort through all of this. Alright, and since this is going to take a little bit to smelt down enough, we're going to go ahead and go to the Arcane Trader and actually take our first Fallen quest. This is about the time to start doing this on day 2. Alright, we'll take a slight detour here. Again, I try to kill as many of these as possible because sometimes you get really good loot from them. There we go. A Summoner 3, a Drained Spirit Scroll, and a Lightning Core. Actually, very good stuff. We'll have a good use for that rune later.
New arcane goods in stock.
Alright, so we're going to take... Oh, too much fire. We'll just take the closest one here. We'll go ahead and take this one.
Blood for power, yes.
Bummer that there's no ice. Alright, quest is started. Let's go ahead and get this done. Alright, we just got our ice sorcery to level 30. Again, some decent runes and decent loot.
Oh yes, feel your power.
Alright, we're going to take the silver nuggets because we're going to want the money eventually. And we're going to take one more close one.
Stop that pesky awakening.
And then this time, I'm going to use a bunch of these scrolls, and you'll see the difference in the experience that I gain. Alright, so we're going to just spam her with the spells here. And get hit. But you can see how much more experience I'm getting now by using all of those scrolls. We're going to run back as quick as we can, turn this in, and get one more quest to see if we can find another one to take advantage of that experience boost.
Omni blood would make this better.
Now, if I wanted to work on fire, this would be the best way to do that, is having a secondary weapon. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take that, although I'm not going to use it right away. This is the best way to get your secondary element up, though, is by using a weapon like this. So we're going to go ahead and complete that. And we'll get the next closest one here.
You might even loot an elixir. Look at you with all that fallen blood.
And now given a fire sword option, we're going to go ahead and stick with that and take the silver nuggets this time. Alright, so no more quests here that we're going to take. We're going to work on finding the regular trader, which is right over here, and selling all of those nuggets and looking for food that way and seeing what he has to sell. Alright, now we're going to actually sell him some of the stuff that we have. We even have more back at the base too. Alright, so we ended up with just over 1,000, so we're going to see what kind of food he has. Well, he's got a cooking pot and a grill. I'm going to go ahead and take the cooking pot first, since we have nothing of this sort back at the base. And we'll go back and get everything else to sell and bring it back. Alright, with the addition of the other money and selling this cash, I now have enough to get the cooking grill as well. And there really is no other food here. And that is okay. We're going to go ahead and pick up a quick quest.
Check back soon. I get new merchandise daily.
And we're going to do a buried supply, because that is usually equal to food. Alright, we got the buried quest that easily. And another cooking magazine. Devour potion and some food. So exactly what we needed. So this will actually be our 4th fallen to kill. So we just have to go back and pick up the 4 fallen blood, and we will complete this quest chain. We're going to go ahead and take the repair kits. And we'll line up another job, but we're not going to do it yet.
Thank you.
Alright, back at the base here, we're going to check how we're doing on these. So we just need 30 more, and we'll complete that quest. In the meantime, we will line up the rest of this to smelt down too. Alright, now we have 100 of these spells done, and we get another skill point. Alright. Now we're gonna do the arrow quest. We have 30 already. So we're gonna gather the spells and feathers. And we already have the wood. So we're gonna go ahead and make more regular ice spells. We're just gonna make everything that we possibly can. And then here we'll make the spell ice arrow, but we need an ice core. So actually we're gonna stop that. We're gonna go ahead and make the ice core in here. And then make all of the spells. Alright, so we're gonna pop that in here. And we already have 30, so we just need 70 more. We just had to watch one being made. Alright, like I said, all we had to do is grab the Ice Fallen blood, and we will complete one of the quest chains for killing the Fire Fallen, or Ice Fallen. So we get the elixir and another skill point. And we'll put the blood back. Now look at that. Now we have 7 skill points, and we're only level 7, and we've already spent a bunch. We're going to go ahead and put it in Ice Familiar, because that is going to be handy. And we're also going to put one in Familiar so that they last longer, because they do come in handy. And then one in Spirit to increase our maximum Spirit. Went from 155 to 171. There we go. There's our next skill points for making 100 of the arrows. The next one that we're going to work on is the Ice Familiar. And to do that, we're going to need 3 Fallen Blood, Bone, Raw Meat, and Ice Extract. We need 300 Ice Extract, which we will make in here. But again, we need another Ice Core. So we're going to let that finish. We're going to gather up the meat, if I have it. We don't, so we're going to have to hunt down some meat. Alright. So on the way back, I ended up picking up more meat. We have enough bones. We need the Fallen Blood and the Ice Extracts. So with this, we can actually make the Ice Extract here. We're just going to make everything that we can, because we'll use some later as well. We just need the Fallen Blood here. And cook up all the grilled corn that we had. And the baked potatoes. So we shouldn't have to worry about food as much now. Alright, we have to craft this, so we're going to watch it being made to get our skill point. Awesome. Now we'll be able to cast two dogs. 2 Arcane Familiars. Or 1 Arcane Familiar and 1 Ice Familiar. And we got another skill point for all of that. So it is day 2. It is 1700. We have actually completed quite a few quests. We still have a few more that we could do. We need to craft the scrolls, but we're not there yet as far as how many skill points we have. We can't do this until we hit level 20. But we can make a Sorcerer Wand. So let's look at Ice Wand here. We're going to need 600 Extract, an Ice Crystal, an Ice Core, and 100 Ice Spells. So let's see where we're at on this. Let's track this one as well. I love the new tracking feature. Don't see that often enough. I don't use that often enough. All right, we need an ice core and an ice crystal, which we have. All right. And let's make the ice wand here. All right, ice wand is done. We're gonna move those up here. And now we're gonna go kill 10 zombies with the ice wand and get another skill point for that as well. Alright, we have just completed the wand, and this is the best part of completing that last quest. We got a skill point, a sorcerer skill elixir, a fire skill elixir, ice skill elixir, and even a lightning skill elixir. Very, very good reward. One of the best rewards in the game for a for a quest chain. Alright, that brought my sorcery from 16 to high 17. And fire from level 1 to level 2, almost level 3. And now sorcery's level 18. That'll bring my ice up to 35, it should. Yep. And now lightning. Alright, almost level 3. Excellent. That was a great quest to complete. Very much worth making. Alright, so there you have it. Day 2 at 2000 hours, and let's check our progress so far. We have 8 skill points. We are level 8, and we've already spent, let's count them up here. We did spend 1 point over here, so we got 1 in healing factor. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 skill points that we've already spent, plus the 8. So we are in great shape on day 2. We are ready just to start playing a lot of the vanilla, doing the questing, doing sorcery questing, and power leveling from here. So there you have it. This is a great way and a good fast start into sorcery. You can do this with any of the elements. I just picked ice. You could do the same thing with lightning. Keys are to use your scrolls. Use all of your scrolls as much as possible to increase not only your base skill, like in ice sorcery, but also regular sorcery, so that you can hit those milestones of level 20 and level 40, so that you can put more skill points into those trees and actually make more and better items. So there you go. Sorcery doesn't have to be slow. It doesn't have to take away from vanilla. It just adds to and makes it much more exciting and much more fun. As always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe and like button, and stay tuned to the channel for more how-to videos and some live streams as well. Have a good day.